Hello everybody, I am Salty and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the 75299 Trouble on Tatooine set. This set is from January 2021 and retails for a price of £28 in the UK, $30 in Europe and €30 in Europe. $30 in the US and €30 in Europe. This set includes 276 pieces, 3 individual builds and 3 minifigures, those being the Mandalorian, the Child or Grogu, as well as a Tusken Raider. Now do bear in mind that the Grogu minifigure is significantly smaller than your average minifigure. Like, there he is, there's Grogu, he's tiny, absolutely small. But yeah, now onto a closer look at all of these minifigures, including Grogu. First of all, here I'm going to start with the minifigure that I think most people are probably excited about or looking at this set for, which is the cheapest way to get Baby Yoda or Grogu. Now he has no back printing and no printing on the back of his head, however he does have printing on the front of his torso and on his little face. You can see his little eyes have been printed and his little shirt there. Now Grogu is using the typical Lego baby piece. Nothing new for Lego, but new for Lego Star Wars, and he does have very small hands there which can't actually hold anything. He is small enough as like a one stud like figure that he can be held in the hand of any minifigure, so if you wanted to see the Mandalorian hold him, he can do that. He doesn't have any accessories or anything, he just has, you know, this little pouch on the speeder bike to sit in, but that is Baby Yoda nonetheless. A very nice minifigure and the cheapest way to get him. Very adorable as well. Just look at that little guy. How can you not love that little face? Yeah, now on to the next minifig. Now, as much as everybody, including myself, does love Baby Yoda, this is definitely the best minifigure in the set. It's unique for one, and two, it has this incredible arm printing which is just so detailed. You can see the wrist strap as well as the shoulder plates. You can see the different detail on the Beskar, on the knees, the waist and on the torso. And you can also see the little Mudhorn signet on his shoulder, as well as the little buttons to activate his flamethrower. Now, this is such a detailed minifigure. You can see the little triangle on this side for the whistling darts. He does have a very nice helmet, which is a very nice colour and different to the previous Mandalorian one. He is having a cape here, which isn't the full length cape, it's kind of like the shorter cape. And it is made out of the older material that Lego was using, and if you turn it around you can see his back of torso print, which does look absolutely incredible, just as detailed as the front, including his like bandolier as well as the Beskar, which is very shiny. Turning his cape back around, I will take off his helmet once he's turned around, and you'll be able to see that he does not have a face. Now this isn't necessarily because Lego doesn't know what Pedro Pascal's face is, it's just more because I guess it looks nicer, especially since you can't actually see any skin under the helmet, which does make it look a little bit better in my opinion. And also it's the Mandalorian, he doesn't really need the face as much, especially since he hasn't been showing it that much in the past 2 seasons. A lot more in season 2 than season 1, but yeah. So in season 3 perhaps we will see more of Mando's face. He does have this piece here, which is being used as his pistol. And taking that out and replacing it with his longer rifle, the Ambien Sniper. Personally, I'm not a big fan of this design of the rifle. I think that Lego could have done a much better job. However, it is a good design nonetheless, and it is good for how few pieces it uses. But personally, I do just prefer the pistol, especially since that's mostly what Mando uses throughout season 2. But yeah, just look at this detail on this minifigure, it's absolutely incredible. But yeah, now onto the Tusken Raider. So here's the Tusken Raider, not something that we haven't seen before. It does have printing on his hips and legs, as well as torso, as well as the custom face piece. It's a very nice gaffy stick which is made up. I do really like the design of the gaffy stick, and I'm glad that Lego have been making them that way. Turning around again, you can see his back of torso print. It does look very nice, including the little bandolier chest strap he's using, as well as his headpiece, which is mostly like the bandages and the little pokey out metally bits on the top. It's a very nice face design, very accurate to the actual character in the universe. And it's just a very nice minifigure overall. It does look very accurate to what it's supposed to look like, and there's nothing really to complain about here. Could it do with arm printing? Maybe. Does it need it? Definitely not. It looks good without it compared to the Mandalorian, which looks so much better, like infinitely better with the arm printing. It just adds so much more to the character, especially in a £28 or $30 set. We are now onto the 3 builds behind this minifigure rather. Now onto the 3 builds included in the set. So this set does include 3 builds, and I'll go through them in the order that they are built in the instructions. So let's first have a look at the speeder. First up we do have Mando's speeder bike, which is a lovely thing to have included in the set. It was seen in Season 1 and in Season 2 of The Mandalorian. A very nice thing to have. It is very detailed along the sides here. There's some very nice scribbling designs, and on this side as well it includes a backpack and a little like child pouch, so you can put the child in and have him sit there very securely. He's not coming out, so you don't need to worry about Baby Yoda's safety, or Grogu if you prefer to call him his correct name. You can sit Mando in here very nicely. He can't really hold on to these joysticks to control the front, but you know he can if you really want him to, but I prefer not to because it just makes it take him out a little bit harder. Now there is enough room for you to clip on his smaller blaster and his bigger blaster, so they can be stored along the side of his speeder bike. It's a very nice design overall. It does look very good with the minifigures on, and I think it's the best that LEGO could have done. Yes, some people have made better designs, but overall I do like this design that LEGO have used, mostly because LEGO have made it and it's in a cheap set. This is a very easy way to get a very nice minifigure, as well as a cheap way to get this minifigure, and this is a very nice little speeder bike. Some people say it could have included Cobb Vanth and his speeder bike. However, I think that similar to the Basana Speeder Chase set, it's the less memorable of the two. But yeah, now onto the next build included in the set. So here we have the Tusken Raider hut, which I'll put a Tusken Raider in just so you can see Tusken Raider in the hut. Now this is a very nice design for the Tusken Raider hut. You could possibly get 2 of this set to make a full hut, because this is only really half a hut as it is now. But yeah, there is this campfire piece, so it has the actual fire in the middle, and you can have all your characters sat around the campfire singing campfire songs, as well as there is also the actual hut itself. So there's a little pot here which does include a bone of the food that the Tusken Raider would have been eating, and there's also some like beds in there, and as well as a little table. You can open this up and have a more like straight up design. That's what it looks like from the back, and that's what it looks like when it's fully enclosed. I think that LEGO could have done a little bit of a better job with the actual opening bits here. There's quite a lot of gap. They could have put maybe like a triangular piece in this to try and solve that, but sadly they did not do anything. But I think it's a lovely little hut, and it's good to have in LEGO. I think especially that it's good because you could use it for like an episode 2 mock, where you can have the men, the women and the children just living in there as like a nice little happy family. No reason why that would be any at all violent for episode 2, not at all. But yeah, this does just clip on there, if I can do it, and it also does fold up if I don't completely just tear apart every set that I touch. It does fold up a little bit there. Not sure why, but yeah, it does. But yeah, that's it for this little Tusken Raider hut, as I keep destroying it as I'm trying to show it off. Now onto the final little build included in this set. Just gonna set the Tusken Raider at his little dinner table, fire thing. There we go, Tusken Raider. So here we have the little like trebuchet catapult, crossbow, whatever you want to call it, from the scene in episode 1, season 2, episode 1 of The Mandalorian. So you can have a Tusken Raider control this by holding onto the little handle at the back here, and basically be aiming it. Now this bit does fold like there, and these bits here do turn. Now the actual these The plastic bits here don't actually move, they are completely stationary, but it can shoot if you use the spring-loaded shooters, which was loaded initially, you may have noticed, but isn't now, due to the fact that I almost hit myself in the face with it. So yeah, you just press down on the set right here, and that just hit me in the leg. So that's a pretty fast shooting a spring-loaded shooter, and it does include 2 of these like metallic silvery pieces, which is very nice. Now, it is held up by this clear piece here, however you could possibly, if I deliberately try and destroy a Lego set for once, you can actually just let it stand as it is. It doesn't need it, however if you press down, the weight of the pieces do not like having the extra pressure, which is why the clear piece is there to stop it from completely collapsing in on itself whenever pressure is put onto it, which is especially handy when something like a small child is playing with this set. But yeah, I think it's a lovely little addition, and you could use some of these if you were going to build a Tatooine mock that was going to include the battle that is seen in Season 2, Episode 1 of The Mandalorian, where they fight the Crate Dragon. You could get a few of these lined up, like in the scenes, and build like a custom Crate Dragon like the Basilisk from Lego Harry Potter. But yeah, that is it for this part of the set. Now on to my final thoughts overall. Overall, I really do like this set. I'm really glad that it is a $30, £28 set that includes so much. It includes 3 separate builds, which are all relatively nice. And yeah, it could have been better. It could have included, for example, a Crate Dragon or Cobb Vanth Speeder, but considering that Cobb Vanth Speeder is literally made out of Anakin's pod racer, and that was only just retiring at the beginning of 2021 when this set was released, it is probably the better idea from LEGO to have not released it, especially since it could have been more confusing, considering parents could have gone, I want to get this set, but they've already got something that looks like that, so I won't get it for them. But yeah, I do really like this set. I really like the inclusion of the builds in the set. I really like the variety between them, with the Tusken Raider hut, the Mandalorian speeder, and the Tusken Raider like crossbow. I think it's a really nice like different build, and I think that LEGO should do more of this kind of thing in the future, whether it be some sort of like clone speeder or like a droid cannon like they have done in the past, or maybe something for Imperials and Rebels. But that's it for my review of this set. If you liked it, make sure you leave a like, and if you want to see my videos as soon as I do upload them, make sure you do subscribe. You can do it by clicking the red icon down below, or you can click the icon in the middle of the screen, which is my logo, which has recently been updated, hopefully. And then if you want to see more videos that YouTube recommends for you, click the video on the left, and if you want to see a playlist of all of my set reviews, click the playlist on the right. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Goodbye.